Now, for the past several hours, we've been showing you snow falling happening all across the Houston area.
Yeah, we've also been actively checking on the power supply across the area, and so far, so good. Fingers crossed. We know it can change at the drop of a dime. Michelle Hunley from CenterPoint Energy joining us live this morning. Michelle, good to have you with us, and we know that you have hundreds of crews here in Houston just in case something does happen. Where are they staged?
Hi, good morning. Yes, thank you for having me. So we have an expanded workforce of 3,000 workers at 3 different staging areas throughout our territory. And as you mentioned, currently approximately 2,300 customers are without power in our 12-county area. But what that means is 99.9% of our 2.8 million customers are still unaffected by the snow, sleet, and ice so far. Since midnight, though, we had approximately 6,600 customers that have had their power restored.
Okay, and the last extreme weather event, of course, the derecho and Beryl. Your company received some serious heat for not being prepared. Now, you were just talking about how you have crews staged. What else did the company do to ensure customers you will keep as much power on as possible?
Yes, thank you. So we did, we've had our winter preparedness plan in place. We've been utilizing that plan. We continue to do so. We winterized all of our infrastructure. And like we mentioned, we've brought in these folks to help us throughout the country to come help us restore. Since early last week, we've been tracking the potential weather. And then on Wednesday, we activated that plan. And then on Friday, we made the request. And then yesterday, we stood up our emergency operations center. So, it's been active. We've been working actively, and so far, so good.
Michelle, what's the major concern for CenterPoint right now? We understand that the temperature may rise above freezing briefly later today, but then we'll get extremely cold overnight, possibly in the teens. Is there concern that perhaps ice forming on power lines may bring power lines down? Is that one of your biggest concerns?
So actually right now, our biggest concern is people's safely staying home and not being on the roads. We've already seen one incident where someone slid off the road and hit a pole. And so it is really, that message that everyone keeps getting across from elected officials to you, to our customers, to stay home if they can, stay safe, stay off the roads, so that they don't accidentally, cause power outages themselves. And also to stay home, to stay away from all of the emergency responders, and to also, help our crews get to where they need to be to safely restore customers. So right now, that's really our priority.
You mentioned that CenterPoint winterized their infrastructure. Can you get into more detail about what they did?
Sure. So, for example, we've placed heaters at certain locations in order to keep the infrastructure warm, right? And we have different capabilities to make sure that the infrastructure is de-iced and stays de-iced as much as possible. So a lot of that type of work happened ahead of time.
All right, thank you so much, Michelle Hunley with CenterPoint Energy. No doubt we'll be speaking with you throughout the next 24 hours.